Church growth systems. Practical growth for today's church. Hold up a minute. We've got to ask ourselves something important. Are we building an online audience or reaching the people God actually placed around us? Because it's possible to grow a big platform and still not touch your neighborhood. So let's walk through how our content can move from just being posted to actually being purposeful. Help me welcome Pastor Dre to the show.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for having me on the show today. I am super excited to be here.
Pastor Dre, we have a few questions that we would like to ask you. The first question is, what should we post besides sermons?
What should we post? What should we post besides sermons? Well, I think sermons shouldn't be the only voice people hear from your church. You can consider adding content that shows like ministry in motion, like some practical things that you can do or that a church can post is volunteer of the week. That would be pretty cool, like a spotlight on the volunteer of the week. 30-second testimony clips from members, maybe how someone's life has been changed, how God touched them, saved them, set them free, and what God is doing in their life today. That's powerful. Worship team rehearsal moments, behind the scenes like prayer before service is good. Short clips from like small groups, Bible studies. Maybe you could designate someone to go into the Bible studies or life groups and do some videoing or filming. Or you can even ask someone that attends that Bible study to give you some short clips. That's fire. Outreach recaps, like maybe you do a street rally or a church outreach. You can videotape that and do some recaps on that also. One thing that you can do as a practical thing after every event, like outreach event, evangelistic event, or even a revival, any event you do, you can capture maybe one photo, one short story, and one quick reflection from someone impacted. And now you're showing transformation and not only teaching. Okay?
Should we show church life or just preach?
Should we show church life or just preach? Ooh, that's a good one. Well, I think you want to remember this. People connect with people before they connect with preaching. So let's show church life intentionally. Now, don't get me wrong. It's good to show preachings. It's good to show like what's happening in the church, but you could also show practical, like everyday things that are happening in your church or life events that are happening in your church, such as Sunday lobby moments, youth ministry hangouts. Maybe the young people are hanging out somewhere. You could get somebody to film or ask one of the young people to film some clips and you can edit it up. Fellowship meals, like people hanging out, like life of the church, Team meetings is also good. Baptism preparation, ministry planning sessions. So those are some things that you can do to show life in the church and not only the preaching. So those are some content ideas that you can do. Here's something that you can try practically. You could designate one person each Sunday to capture one candid moment, one smile, one conversation. Then post with a simple smile caption like, church isn't just a service, it's a family. So now people see belonging and not just broadcasting.
How do we make content that connects locally?
How do we make content that connects locally? That's a good one. I heard something where somebody had a social media channel and they had over 90,000 followers and none of them were local followers. That's a bummer, because you want to impact locally, right? You don't just want to make an impression on the internet. You want to impact locally. So how do we make content that connects locally? Here we go. You can move from general to geographical. So practical ways that you can do this to localize your content are mention your city by name in your captions. Highlight local schools you support, or that maybe you have students in your church that go to. Maybe they have a Bible study in that school, or you could highlight local schools. Share prayer posts about neighborhood needs. Interview local members about community impact. Maybe there's someone that attends your church and they live locally, how your church has impacted that community. You can post about upcoming events in your area. So that's pretty good. Now, here's a practical thing you can do. You can start a weekly post called Praying for Our City or Impacting Our City. And you can feature a local issue. You could feature a neighborhood. You could feature a school. You could feature a business district. So this shifts your voice from global, only, not global only, but from global to local presence. So, okay, so those are some things that you can do. Highlight your local city in your content, in your words that you speak in your videos, and that should help you out.
Should sermons even be posted online?
Should sermons even be posted online? Yes, yes, yes. But let's make them more usable. Not only posting a sermon, but making them more usable. Example, instead of only posting full sermons, you can break them down into segments. Like practical sermon ideas you can do are like a 60-second takeaway video. This week's challenge. That's pretty cool. One key quote graphic. So maybe there was a key quote in the sermon, you could put that as a graphic. One reflection question. That's powerful. One action step. That's powerful. So what you could do is after every sermon, you can create one short clip, one quote post, one question for reflection. Now the message lives beyond Sunday.
How do we avoid performing for the internet?
How do we avoid performing for the internet? Ouch. Ouch. Well, let's keep the mission in focus by posting with intention. That's what I would say. Post with intention. So you could you don't have to stage every moment. Capture real ones. People hanging out, laughing, fellowshipping, having fun. Share impact, not hype. Highlight people, not production. Post service, not just stage. So after the service, people hanging out. Real life moments, the sound team putting away the sound, the media team packing up the media, worship team huddling after service, different things like that. Create real life events or real life things that happen in the church. So for every platform post, every post that is platform focused, share one people focused post. What I mean by platform focus is, the preachings, things that happen on the platform. So for every platform post, maybe you could try to post one people post. So that's what's happening in the lives of the people. For example, platform post, sermon clip. People post, someone helped, serve, or discipled. This helps us keep authenticity at the center. So hopefully that helps out.
Let's remember, the goal isn't to go viral. It's to be visible to the people God has placed around us. When we move from impressing the internet to serving our community, we build something that lasts. Let's create content that invites people into real life, not just online moments.